English, yes. Okay, he's recommending me to speak English, but how to do that? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our press conference. This press conference is organized by Ethiopian Democratic Forum and Apply Human Rights, represented by jurist Stellan. Today, we are going to present the case we have presented this morning to the police about Ethiopian 2005 election. Last week, the Ethiopian satellite television reported one report that two prisoners, Badru Hussein and Yasin Ahmed, were complained to the court that they denied food from the prison authorities. And the court, the court ordered that they should get food. Even if the court is ordered, the prison authorities denied again giving them food. They came back after 48 hours. They came back to the court without eating. This shows that in Ethiopia today, there are two governments. One, the symbolic PRDF government. Two, the real TPLF government. When we talk about human rights violation, torture, mass arrest, and inhuman treatment, we are talking about this TPLF government. Back 2005, the West promised a huge amount of aid to Ethiopia, provided that if the Ethiopian government shows transparency, democracy. The Meles Zenawi government said yes, okay, we shall do it. And they did start showing a democracy process for election. And at the beginning, it was going well. The media was free. The opposition parties could participate without fear. And everything was going well. Then after May 5, the election day, shows that the opposition won a big majority against the government. Soon after, before the elections counted, the government declared a winner. With that, the people were very disappointed and angry. Some students were the protest, but the Prime Minister announced the state of emergency, mobilized a military, 55,000 militaries, specially trained, to Addis Ababa. Roadblock was erected, and people, house to house, was registered, disguised militias, 10,000 in Addis Ababa, were rearmed from Tigray province. And a committee is set, which is led by Meles Zenawi and Arkaba Kubai. Since Meles Zenawi was responsible for the whole process, and he assigned Arkaba Kubai for Addis Ababa operation. Addis Ababa was divided into 7 command posts. In each command posts were set cadres, a military commando, selected, led by Tigray Liberation Front. The people were disappointed. Some want to give up. They want to protest using the democratic right given by the Constitution. Even that democratic Constitution didn't help. And sharpshooters, every building was set and start shooting. Shooting, killing without asking. As a result, 200 people only in Addis Ababa were killed. Over 300 were wounded or inhuman treated. 60,000 were detained, most of them in Edessa. Shuarovitz. Those two camps were a detention center. In that detention, there were mistreatment, beating, torture, and some are killed without notice. The army, which was given impunity to kill, was the Agazi unit, which is specially selected, trained ethnically, and start massacring the Ethiopian people. We call the Ethiopian people of the whole region, of the whole area of Ethiopia, and they call the Amharas, the Tigrayans, the Oromos, and so on. This differentiation helped them to identify people and kill. It was a massacre which went on and on. As a result, many were handcuffed, many was dead. A lot of people are in exile. Even up to now, the opposition party was hunted. Most of them are in exile. So because of that, the West reacted that they could deny us if this thing is not investigated. And the government pretend that there is a democracy and transparency so that they can investigate this without fear. And they set a committee. The committee, which has a limit, only investigating the victim sides, not the criminals. And this committee did a big job investigating who was killed, which area, by what, date, time, name, and place. Based on this committee report, me and Mr. Stellan had started last year, 2013, in June, I think, this investigation. We had a lot of job to do. This report shows only the criminal side. The most challenging side was who did that, who was responsible. To get that responsible person in today's Ethiopia, as I said in the beginning, the EPRDF is just a symbol government. The real criminals are the Tigrayans, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, to go in that structure and get the real person who ordered the killing was a challenge. However, using our people in the area, some are in the intelligence, some are working together with the TPLF regime, and let's defect it. We have to search for them and hear them as a witness through Skype, through telephone, and finally we found who was responsible, who ordered that killing. That killing was ordered from the Central Command in Addis Ababa by two generals. Those are Samorainus and Tadesorere. This killing order goes down to the command post and executed by any individual commanders in the area. To name them was this participation in the committee where the main actor in Addis Ababa killing organized from ethnic-based cadres and military and securities were Arkaba Kubai. Arkaba had organized this killing, the opposition and every individuals. Because he lost the election in Addis Ababa, the mayor of Addis Ababa was elected to Brahanu Naga, the doctor, is in exile now. Because of that, he wants revenge. Revenge that the Addis Ababa people didn't elect him. So that he organized, brought his specially selected cadres from Tigray, 10 of them, and set them in every Addis Ababa post as the responsible person or command the operation in that area. So every crime committed is under his responsibility. Through him, Baraka Simon, Abadullah Gamada, Abbai Zahaye, Getachew Asafa, who is the security advisor to the Prime Minister, Hassan Shifa, Mulugeta Barhe, Nadga Barhe, Warkana Gabayo, and Commander Samara. The special thing for Commander Samara was interrogated by the chairman of the Inquiry Commission, and lately he admitted that he killed the woman. He killed the woman because she cried that they took her husband from house. They took her husband. She started shouting, "Why do you take him?" And instead of answering and explaining why they take him, and they shot him.
Shot her.
They shot her. Sorry, thank you. They shot her in front of the people, in front of her children. So in this action, the children were shot, and old men, women were shot. Many properties were confiscated. For that reason, we try to find the criminals and bring to justice. Justice for the Ethiopian people who are victimized in this process. Thank you. And now Mr. Stella can explain how this juridical process is going to be resisted.
Yes, we have given notice to the police that we want 13 people in charge for different very grave human rights violations. And due to that it is about 9 years ago, we can't use the new law that has been developed through the 1st of July this year. That will make it more easier to define the crime according to World Council Law and Crimes Against Humanity. But we will anyhow use the legal possibilities that are in place that before the 1st of July. And we see no difficulties that to make the charges very clear and visible. And we have, during the work, we have the basic document was the report from the Inquiry Commission, when we have that has found and identified every death, the name of the person, the place of the death, why the people is dead, if it's a bullet or a stick or some other harm to the body that caused the death. And this list we have translated to English and given to the police, and they were quite impressed to say that this is not a document that we have developed, but an official committee that were installed by the Prime Minister in Ethiopia. That is very important. And now we also are able to use the chair of this committee, and hopefully perhaps he will be on Skype here soon, that could give a statement about the findings in addition to the document. The document is signed by all the committee members, and we have a copy, a very good copy, and the judge who will share the original with him when he escaped to the US. And based on that, we have assembled as well other witnesses to give the witness about the organization of Agassiz and the military and the police and the federal police, and how they were used, both from the organizational part, from the political part, but also from witnesses who has been harmed in the streets. We have people here who has been shot by the Agassiz military and still have wounds or problems with the wounds. And we have Miljon sitting beside me here, who were the police, and Addis Ababa disarmed police who actually heard about what they did on the streets. So in combination with all this, and one of the witnesses is also very important, about the judge who were in the committee. We have also the one who actually were elected as major in Addis Ababa, and later accused of treason, and he fled from Ethiopia, now in the US. He is one of our most important witnesses. He knows the structures, he knows exactly how they were organized and what they did to make to violate the law and the people and the elections and everything. So I think we have a tragic case who actually is enough proof to take action for the police. And what they will do, within a week or 2 or 3 weeks, we will have a decision. We had today the message that this looked very interesting, and it will be presented to the prosecutor within 1-2 weeks, and the decision will be taken to take it further. And we'll see what's happening. I think that could be very interesting. About this criminal part of the case, we have also people who ask for compensation for torture, illegal detention, mistreatment, unfair trial proceedings, and there's expropriation of property, companies have been closed, houses that have been expropriated, totally wrongly. And I think when we took the, I think it's 9 people, wasn't it? Was it 11? 11 people. We put the damage together. It was 130 million Swedish crowns that we will. Now in this phase, first phase, we will ask to have from the perpetrators. But the idea is to try to develop a fund for legal action against the Ethiopian state, to ask for compensation in the civil proceedings against the Ethiopian state. Because all these people have been violated by representatives of the Ethiopian state, and that means that the Ethiopian state are liable for all damages that has been occurred. And I think this is could be very interesting to see how we can develop that. But the basic need of that kind of actions is enough fund to guarantee the people who take on litigation for their own sake not to be burdened by cost for the proceedings, especially cost if they happen to lose a case because of lack of witness and so on. They could be liable to pay the opposite part cost in the court, and that could be a very high cost for each person. So we will try to find a fund, develop a fund, to guarantee that this cost is covered by the fund if they lose the case. And I believe that it's when we are talking about justice, we can't just talk about proud to have someone else doing something wrong in prison. I think the people actually who has been violated should have fair compensation in all senses. So that's it. And so there is a website where you can go in and you will find the possibility to donate to this fund. And that's it. And so you can ask questions and we will answer.